Hi, boys and girls. As I've been grading your papers and looking at your work every day on Seesaw, I've noticed that there are a few things that I would like to talk about with you, okay? One of those things is cutting. So when you get to your ABC Bootcamp page, today is L, and we're going to be cutting out and coloring the ladybug. So after you color your ladybug, you should pull it out, pull it off, so you can cut it out, okay? That will make it easier. When you are holding your scissors, let's start with the scissors. You should be holding your scissors like this, okay? Thumb on top, always. Your index finger can go outside if you would like, or it can go inside. And you're cutting like this, holding your paper with your helping hand. This is helping hand. And thumb on top, holding your paper. Always with the thumb on top. Don't try to cut upside down. Make sure that your thumb is in the smallest hole. Scissors always pointing out away from you, okay? All right, so next, take a look at the outside black line. I'm gonna trace it for you so you can get a better look at it. This is the line that you're going to be cutting on. If you need to trace it so you can see it a little better, you can do that. I've been noticing a lot of friends are just cutting a big circle out around the shape. And really, the reason why we're cutting and gluing these out is to practice using your muscles in your hand and to get really good at cutting. Okay, so when you pick up your paper, you're gonna hold it like this. Helping hand is holding, thumb on top. You're gonna go slow and you're cutting on the orange line or the outside line. Holding your paper above the table or the surface, and you're gonna be turning your paper with your helping hand. My helping hand is what is doing all of the work for the paper. Okay, boys and girls, do you see how I am on the line? I don't have any white paper behind in the background. Now in here, we have a really tight squeeze. Okay, there's a little space between, and we need to do our best to try to cut in there. So I'm going to be turning the paper with my hand. Still turning. If my scissors get stuck, I just take them out and put them back in. Turning the paper with my helping hand and cutting slow. If you make a mistake and cut something off, that's okay. You can just glue it where it's supposed to be when you glue it into your ABC book. Okay? It should look just like this when you're finished. Okay? Just like that. Okay. If you're not cutting out on the lines, I might send it back to you and ask you to redo it. So please, please do your best and take your time. It's not a race. Okay? The next thing I want to talk about is handwriting. So I have noticed Mrs. Duncan has been working really hard with you on writing numbers. So far, you've completed numbers 0 through 10 on the tracing pages. And today you're starting with 0 and 1 on the second line where there's no numbers, that you have to start writing your numbers without any guidance, without any dotted lines. So the things I want to talk about with handwriting. We do not start writing at the bottom. All numbers and all letters start at the top or near the top. So today you're doing 0. When you do 0, you should start at the top line. You're going to start all the way at the top, go down to the bottom, and close. Your 0 should be touching both lines, top and bottom. It shouldn't be floating in the air, and it shouldn't be starting at the dotted. Okay? Another thing I want to mention is a finger space. You have one long line, and the way to space it out is to do your 0 starting at the top, touching the bottom, and closing it. Then put your helping hand finger here and do a finger space. That just looks much nicer than your 0s looking like this. You see the difference? If you make a mistake and your 0 is small, erase it. You should be using a pencil. So next we're going to do 1s. When you do your 1s, you need to start at the top. And it's just a straight line down, but it needs to stop at the bottom line. Finger space between each one, touching the top and touching the bottom. If I make a mistake and my 1 is not touching the top and my 1 is not touching the bottom, then please erase it and do it again. And the next thing I want to talk about is a 10 frame. Oops. Okay, so Mrs. Duncan has been working on 10 frames with you. The 10 frame has 10 boxes. They're in rows of 2. We always start on the top left. And I know this is different than what Mrs. Duncan had you doing before, but the way I want you to do it now is always starting on the top left. So if you have 0, then you don't draw any counters. If you have 1, your 1 should be right here, top left. And then we're going to work our way this way. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we go back to the next row. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We always work left to right, just like when you write. We always start on the left and go to the right. Just like when we read, we always start from the left and go to the right. Okay? All right, boys and girls, thank you for watching this. I really, really want you to follow my directions in your work today and the rest of the week and next week as you continue cutting, gluing, and writing numbers and filling in the 10 frames. Have a great day.